Alright, so as you already know, Sonic X Shadow Generations is coming out in July. Look, I can't do this anymore, okay? I'm sick of saying this thing in full. It's too many words. It's time for abbreviations, okay? Like how they did 06, it's time to simplify this shit, okay? So I'm gonna break it down, and then that's how I'm gonna say it, and we're gonna be done with it, okay? I already told you, Shadow the Hedgehog 2005, I'm calling that shit Shadow 5. Okay, if I say gens, I'm talking about Sonic Generations, okay? If I say Shadow Gens, I'm talking about Shadow Generations, specifically his part. If I say OG Gens, I'm talking about the original version of Sonic Generations that came out in 2011, and not the remaster. And if I say X Gens, I'm talking about Sonic X Shadow Generations, the pack, the remaster, both games, okay? So we simplified it now. No more of this fool shit, because I'm getting tired of saying Sonic X Shadow. We need an abbreviation. It's X Gens now. I'm done. Anyway, as you already know, X Gens is coming out in less than a week from now, and it's heating up. News is dropping, leaks are dropping, so much shit is happening, okay? It's getting crazy. This is the final drop before next week when we get the Metacritic reveal, which, we need to talk about that. We're gonna be talking about that. Don't leave too soon, because we're gonna talk about that at the end of the video. But yes, lots of shit is happening, so we're gonna get to all this right now. But subscribe to the channel already. Please make sure to subscribe, alright? So yeah, this is the last news video before the game comes out pretty much, because it's only the Metacritic reveal and then we're done, okay? That's like next week. But there's a few lighthearted things before we get into the main news. Hoshino-san, creative director of Sonic the Hedgehog, was talking about this. He said, this rapping airplane is the largest thing I've designed in the real world. And yeah, he's designed some kind of artwork for Sonic design on Malaysia Airbus. So like, all aboard the Air Sonic, right? Like, you getting on the Boeing, you know, SONIC. Like, I'm just saying, that looks pretty fire. You got Sonic there, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow being covered by Tails' bitch ass, but you know, some nice artwork. And then that's Green Hill Zone in the background. That looks pretty cool. Anyway, that's nice. We got this. This is hilarious, okay? This is a promo for Sonic X. See, I'm about to do it again. This is a promo for X Gens, right? And this, you've seen this artwork before, but but then look at the corner, the top left. Classic Sonic has been relegated, man. Imagine telling someone from like 2017 that this would be Classic Sonic, like just like a guest in his own game, you know? Like, this is fucking hilarious, man. Like how the tones have tabled, okay? Like this is just oh my god, 2018, after they realized Mania was a hit and are doing Mania Plus, they wanted to pretend Modern Sonic didn't exist after Forces. Like, so to go from there to like Classic Sonic in the corner, this is crazy. Like, this is insane. Like, oh my god, insane, man. Anyway, like, yeah, that was fun. I thought that was funny. This is also really cool. Someone did his artwork with X Gens on the Steam Deck. I don't actually know how the game's gonna perform on Steam Deck. I mean, I've played Sonic Generations at 60 FPS on Steam Deck, but I don't know about Shadow Gens. But it's like mimicking this older like Game Gear art, so some really cool fan art. I like that. And then we've got the X Gen statue. This looks really cool. This is on First Four Figures. They know they do the official statues for like Sonic games and stuff like that. So like, if you're into that, like, you could get this statue. So I thought I'd bring that up, and they tweeted about. This wasn't an official tweet from First Four Figures, but I don't know why they said it like that. Okay, but if you want to enjoy Shadows, I'm not even gonna say it. Okay, but yes, that's out. Anyway, onto the big news. Okay, holy crap, it's out in the wild. I'm not going to get it because it's it's not the console I wanted for, but yeah, be careful for spoilers, yada yada yada. Someone said they've had it for almost 2 weeks. So yeah, the game is out. It said X Gens is physically out on Nintendo Switch. The user posted a video of them launching the game. They claim to have received it at Target, that's the American store. Other people claim to be preparing a ROM, be cautious. And just before I start recording, I got 2 people already sent me the ROM. Of course, I told them it's illegal and wrong. I'm not going to download the shit. You know, shame on you. Naturally, I said that shit. But the Switch ROM is out. It's available for download. It's about 14 gig. Well, I assume it's about 14 gig because I didn't download it. I didn't click the link. I would assume around 14 gigs. So, yes, people are emulating the game right now. So, you got to be very, very wary of spoilers. I'm not going to talk about any spoilers. Although I did see some of the other acts, you know, because they said it was what, 6 areas, 12 levels. So you got the 6 3D levels, and you got the 2D levels. I've seen some of the footage of the other acts, so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's debates as to like how good or not good they are. I still think they look decent, like maybe slightly above the Colors tier in terms of 2D sections in 3D games, if we're calling Colors a 3D game. I don't think the 2D that I saw was better than like the modern 2D in Generations though, in terms of like original gens, OG gens, but it wasn't bad. Like maybe slightly above the Colors tier, slightly above the Forces tier, but I don't think it was like the Unleashed 2D or the OG gens 2D. Like I think that's some of the best modern 2D we've gotten in terms of in a 3D game, because obviously the best modern 2D we ever got was Sonic Rush. But yes, it looked interesting, but the game's coming out very soon, you'll see it for yourself. On top of that, we got some new images of Radical Highway. These are not leaks, by the way. These are like official, like given from Sega, so you know, yeah, that's Shadow and Radical Highway with the Doom wings. It says here, these images come from a French games magazine which Sega provided. I understand the frustration, as I myself have blocked all the leakers who are trying to spoil the game. The use of an AI generated image pisses me off so. Oh, look, I love AI. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, I love AI, but like, if you're gonna use it, like, at least get the characters right, okay? This is clearly a Mid-Journey image, because I know that they don't know how to do Shadow, okay? There's certain tools that can do Shadow. Mid-Journey is not one of them. Like, well, if you're gonna do it, get the characters right. Like, what? He's just Black Sonic. Like, the fuck? But yeah, they got a few early images. They got some Sonic ones as well. That's like City Escape, but obviously we've already seen original gens before. But yeah, nice little screenshots there. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to that. Official Sonic Network Twitter posted the Chao manga that they were talking about. They said, when Sonic's birthday goes wrong and the Chao are scattered across time and space, the Shadow Chao and Sonic Chao step up to save the day. The pages in the thread below read from right to left. Manga. That right to left shit always used to confuse me with the manga shit, man. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, it's not really, I don't think there's dialogue. It's just like Chao stuff. But yeah, you're supposed to read it right to left. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's a little Chao manga. You know, it's cool. It's cool. Those of you who are into that shit, I mean, I love the Chao, but like into the manga shit, like you could check that out. They're in Green Hill Zone, Loop-de-Loops, White World. Yeah, a little nice little manga thing. That's a Chao like drowning in chemical plant. You better go and save that Chao. Don't let him drown. Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? That classic Sonic being chased by the gun truck. Yeah, they really cooked. Classic City Escape, they cooked, okay? Like, people been hating on Classic City Escape in my poll the other day. Like, relax on that, okay? Classic City Escape was fire. But yeah, we got Badniks here. Yeah, Sonic Chao. Yeah, nice little animation here. That's Seaside Hill, okay, that's Crisis City, Rooftop Run. Planet Wisp, okay, the Chao talking to the Wisp, please. Don't do that. The Shadow enemies, Radical Highway, Shadow and the Shadow Chao are fighting like an enemy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And they banish the enemy or something like that. Nice little manga thing, like nothing crazy. Anyway, final thing to talk about. The Metacritic predictions. As we already know, the embargo is most likely lifted on Monday because the game is coming out Tuesday for Digital Deluxe members. So it makes sense that the embargo for the game will lift on Monday. Reviewers have obviously already got it. And I've been asking people what are their predictions. I've been saying for ages that I think they're going to pull the early 80s. I think it's time. Some people are skeptical, but I think most people believe it's going to do 80. Sonic fans, they tend to estimate high numbers because they love the game themselves, but I do believe early 80s is possible for this. Some people said, why was 100 not on the poll? No Metacritic game has ever gotten 100. I think Ocarina of Time got 99, and even that was severe dick riding, let's be real. But, you know, to get 100, like, no critic would have to give a score below 100 for that to happen, right? Like, would GTA 6 even get that? Like, probably not. You know, you're gonna get like a high 90s on a GTA 6. But yeah, I think early 80s is good for Sonic. There's things they could have done if they wanted 90s. Things they could have done if they really wanted to go that next level. Like, I could make a whole video on the things they would have to do for it to be like S tier. But it's a solid A tier, which is like 80s, you know? So I think they've earned that. But yeah, I think most people are in agreement on the poll. But we'll see what happens on Monday when the embargo lifts. I'm hoping they pull off an early 80s and at least a late 70. They can't get a yellow score. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Switch port, like, cause you know optimization on the Switch be a bitch. But in terms of the main ports, I think they should get the 80s. I think, yeah. But yeah, the Sonic tax is real. We were talking about that before, where they just tend to get lower scores for a similar quality game to another franchise because reviewers just don't understand Sonic. But honestly, like, I feel like they're gonna be fine this time because we haven't seen one negative critic reaction to this game. Like, not one. As I said before, Frontiers, we had so many of them. It was a polarizing game, like pre-release. Like most 3D Sonic games are polarizing. Let's be real. Like every 3D Sonic game that isn't like Generations was polarizing, but to the community in some way, except for like the first 2 adventures when they came out. Over time, they became polarizing as people looked back and changed their minds and shit. But like Generations is the only 3D Sonic that remained unpolarizing. It was just seen as good. Every other one, Heroes, Shadow, 06, Unleashed, either was like negative reception or polarizing reception. Like you love it or you don't love it kind of thing. Generations was always like just the safe one, you know? And it seems like this is that again. It's the safe one. Like, everyone seems to like it. This is a reset era poll, and yeah, the 80s is the highest thing here. Like 80s to 84, 85 to 89, like, you know, with 75 to 79 being also a thing. You need at least 75 to get a green score on Metacritic, by the way. But yeah, everyone seems to believe it's gonna happen. These are some Australian journalists who got hands-on with Sonic X Generations. This is a recent one. And they basically said, this is the last one I've seen in terms of journalists playing the game before the embargo list. And they're basically saying, you know, one of the most popular titles getting a remaster. It's a new chapter, revolving around Shadow the Hedgehog. And they're saying this time voiced by Keanu Reeves. Well, not all of the Shadows Keanu, but, you know, they're casuals. They don't know the difference. But yeah, they were fortunate enough to get their hands on, and says, it looks like we are in for another great Sonic game to get us to the song. The way they're saying this is like, this happens all the time. Like every year we just get blessed with another one. Oh, we're in for another great Sonic game to get us to the song. Like, no, this doesn't happen all the time. This is adjacent from the norm, okay? But the fact that the perception is shifting, these things affect review scores. Like, you remember like when Unleashed came out and Sonic fans were saying that Unleashed critic scores took a hit because of the perception of 06. We could debate whether that happened or not, but it feels like when your mentality surrounding the franchise has gone down after something like an 06, you would go into a game like Unleashed more harshly. Whereas if Nintendo had done a game like Unleashed around the same time, they would have had so much goodwill from dropping great games that they would have given it more of a fair shot with things like the Werehog and things like that. But with Sonic, after just doing 06, it was kind of like, hold on a minute, like, we're not going to give you any goodwill, like, fuck this shit, you know? But, yeah, right now, they're in such a much better position with the movies and, you know, with, what's the last thing that came out? Frontier? Well, technically, Superstars just turned 1 year old, and that was kind of mid, but I can't believe Superstars is only a year old. I forget about it so much, I feel like it's like 3 years old. But, yeah, I mean, they're in a better position now, and I think critics are just saying good things about the game. We saw like maybe one video where they were a little bit critical, the ones who couldn't tell what a checkpoint was, but like aside from that, it's just been great reception. They said visually the remaster is stunning. The basics of the original have been completely revamped. It's the same game, but they're casuals, they don't know the difference apparently. Classic Sonic looks and speeds through levels spectacularly. You got to play Green Hill Act 1 and Chemical Plant Act 1, while Sonic has gained the power of a drop dash, yada yada yada. 60 FPS that plays like a dream according to 2010 standards. On the other side, Shadow has some brand new levels. He gets his very own section of the game. The levels are huge. It took me a good 7 to 8 minutes to get through each one, so about 4 to 6 minutes for someone who's not casual. While the pace isn't as fast as Sonic, it does require precise timing to be successful. There are plenty of alternative parts and secrets that I missed while trying to get through my session. These levels have a different rhythm to the Sonic levels, and I can't wait to play the full game. Sonic X Generations was the... See how long it takes to say that phrase, man. You see what I mean? Like, this might be the longest Sonic game name in history. Sonic X Shadow Generations. What Sonic game name is longer than that? Except for like Chronicles, the Dark Brother, maybe? I don't know. This is a long fucking name, okay? But anyway, was the perfect preview game for PAX Australia 2024 with long lines of players keen to jump in and experience the Blue Hedgehog's latest adventure. I'm surprised they didn't go Blue Blood. Okay, they always have to say the Blue Blood. Why? Who came up with this phrase? Why do they still use it? He even showed up for photos of fans. X Gens will be released on 25th on PS5, Series XS, PC, and Switch. Stay tuned for our official review. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Next week, it's happening. Metacritic drop. Digital Deluxe on Tuesday. I don't know what time it unlocks on Steam, because if it unlocks at like 5 PM, then that means I gotta do it later. If it unlocks at midnight, then I might stream earlier. But we'll just have to see, man. We'll just have to see, because I'm ready. I'm ready to play this. I'm ready to see the Metacritic scores. I really hope they hit the early 80s, unless they're hiding something crazy. But now that the ROM is leaked, people are going to be playing it. The game is leaked. People are going to be streaming it right now. I'm sure there's one of those random stream websites. Someone's supposed to be able to stream the game as I speak. But yeah, it's interesting. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Sonic X Shadow Generations, X Gens, coming out very soon. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. More content coming soon to the channel. But that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.